It looks like I'm wearing a foundation, you guys. Can't you see? First thing to note when you're wearing only concealer is that typically your concealer has the tendency of being heavier than your foundation, which means that what your foundation used to do in terms of creating a barrier between your skin and the concealer will not be in this case because you are not wearing any foundation. So what you want to do is to ensure that your skin does not feel too dry when you do your skin prep. In this case, I'm just going to moisturize my face. I'm not going to be wearing a primer. This may not apply to you if you do not live in a region that is a bit dry or cold. I'm going to be using the Purito Sensitive Skin Cream as a moisturizer. So I'm using only moisturizer just simply because I don't want my skin to feel too dry, because like I said, the foundation has a way of creating a balance between your skin and the concealer. But concealers in most cases have tendencies of being cakey, being a bit heavier than foundation, and also has a tendency of drying out very fast. Moisturizing will only give you a better balance as compared to adding more matte products with the concealer alone. If you're in a place that is quite warm and your skin is always oily, you might still want to go ahead to do your primer. I'm just going to quickly do my brows and get that out of the way. I'm using the Chelsea eyebrow pencil, and this is the shade Ebony. This is the darkest shade that Chelsea pencil has, which happens to be my brand, just in case you're watching this video for the first time. So I'm just going to, use, this is the darkest one, but I'm very light-handed, so I know how to, give my brows just what I want. So because I'm using a darker shade, it's so easy for me to just, do just a few strokes and I'm satisfied with what I see. So I normally use dark brown, but sometimes I just want that slightly darker ombre brow, where the beginning is just very much lighter and then towards the end is a little bit darker. Ebony is really dark. So when you see the way I'm using it, it's just simply because I know how to manage it. And if you feel like, the pencil, you want, the ombre effect, you might also want to consider this shade. For my eyelid, I'm using this concealer just to prep my eyelid, and I want something extremely light. Like I want something like on the, smoky side of life, you get what I mean? So I'm just going to use my beauty sponge to blend that in. I'm going to be using this Patrick Ta cream bronzer, and I'm going to use that as my eyeshadow. Soft, but at the same time not too heavy. So I'm going in with the cream one first to just prep my base. So you can see that this eye color I'm using is so easy, like there's no struggle with it. So you just want to place that. I could have actually used this alone without the concealer, but then it's no problem, we're where we are. So I started with this side, and now I'm switching to the bronzer side, which is the matte one. I'm just applying that all over my eyelid. My eyelid is looking like I'm not wearing anything, but I'm wearing something, get what I mean? Like just understands the assignment. So once that has been done, I'm going to go ahead to use my gel liner. Because this is a very simple, easy look, I want my wing liner to, speak volume. I'm going to use my Inglot gel liner to just wing that baby.
Jag minns ju den tid du gav mig life billar yo. Nu vill jag kunna ge tillbaka allt jag inte kunna ge förut. Det finns ju ingen annan där som kan stå här by my side, oh why. Sättet du rör på det får mig att dö för dig baby. För de här yardis, de vill ju bara dra ner oss. Men du är fett och vanlig.
Now that my wings are done, I'm going to be using the Adele Professional Lashes. These are the ones that you don't require any glue, so you just put them and move. And these lashes, they make me really happy. Like, this is not a paid ad. Adele didn't pay me. Yes, they sent me the lashes, but they didn't pay me for this honest review I'm giving you guys. I'm just telling you because it actually is really that good, and it's so easy. Like, if you struggle with lashes and you love lashes, just go get these lashes. Everything will be linked in the description box. I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and then I'm going to just use that under my eye. Now when it comes to applying the concealer that you want to use alone, now you're going to do a little more fuller coverage than normal. So normally I wouldn't wear this much concealer, but because this is going to be the only thing I'm going to be using without foundation and then bronzer, I want it to still give me that coverage, right? Now you want to make sure that you're using a concealer that's one shade lighter than your foundation. If not, you're going to look too white. I'm telling you, you want to make sure that the concealer is one shade lighter. Even if you want to do 2 shades lighter, let it not be, don't put too much of it so that you can have better control when you're blending, okay? So you're going to just put from the sides of the nose, outer corner of the eye, in the middle of the forehead, through the nose, just the same way you would highlight your face normally. You want to blend out immediately. We're going to go ahead and put our contour. I'm using the Patrick Ta Cream Contour and Bronzer and I'm going to use that to contour my face. So I'm going to start with the cream one, and I'm just going to apply this as though it's the way I would normally contour my face. Just through the sides of the top of my ear as my guide to the outer corner of my lip, and then just a little bit on my sides of my forehead, because I have a bit of a fuller forehead, which is not an issue. It all depends on what I'm trying to achieve. I have a bit of double chin, so I'm just going to put a little bit of that to, you know, create some shadows around there. And now I'm going to put my blush, and then we're going to blend everything together. I'm using the Rare Beauty liquid blush. This is in the shade Joy. Now we'll blend. Same beauty sponge, start with the concealer. And you want to make sure that you control your hand. I'm still going to brighten the inner corners of my eye because I'm not yet there in terms of how bright I want that inner corner to be. So you just want to tap on the concealer first, blend it out neatly, because that concealer, baby, is going to start drying up. Just trying to even out the side. It looks like I'm wearing a foundation, you guys. Can't you see? It looks so good. You'll probably think I'm wearing a foundation. Concealer is done. Another side of the sponge will blend our blush. You can either do the contour or the blush. I prefer to do the contour actually, but I mean, when I'm teaching beginners, I advise them to do contour first before the blush. But it doesn't really matter. What matters is that you do a good blend. So tap all that product in. The more you tap, the more it blends in. Do not rub, don't forget. Now we use the other side and finish up our contour. So let me further brighten my inner eye now.
Jag minns ju den tid du gav mig life billar jag. Nu vill jag kunna ge tillbaka allt jag inte kunnat ge förut. Det finns ingen annan där som kan...
So I do not put powder on top of my contour. I use a bronzer to further define my contour. I hope that makes sense. So, and I'll also use that to create some dimension to the sides of my face. And then also in most cases, it creates some warmth for you through the sides of your face as well. So once our face has been nicely, neatly, beautifully blended out, we're going to go ahead now to set our face. It's so important to make sure that you're using your setting powder, because if you do not use your setting powder, your face has tendency of having extra shine. Setting powder helps to control the creasing under your eyes, helps to reduce the extra shine, and also helps your makeup to last longer. I'm going to line my lip with this CoverGirl Outlast Lip Marker. I'm going to be using the Milk blush. I have never done this and I'm loving it. Are you not loving it? Like, just this vibe it gives. Ooh. I'm using the Huda Beauty Easy Bake for this purpose, and I'm just using a small powder brush. Using that on the rest of the face.
Jag minns ju den tid du gav mig life billar jag. Nu vill jag kunna ge tillbaka allt jag inte...
At this point, our simple and classy makeup look is completed. Let us spray the face with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Let me know in the comments if this is a look you would love to try. And do not forget to subscribe and turn on your notification bell so that you're aware each time my video is uploaded. And I'll definitely see you guys in my next video.